What up? What up? Here we are with another episode of the Hooswhere podcast. I'm your host, Chase Minnifield, coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky. We have another special guest today, University of Virginia. Man, you hold any records at UVA, man? I'm assuming that I was going to say kickoff return extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying?
I had it until the young boy just came through. Joe Reed broke it, but
Oh, okay, yeah. Nah, we got a UVA legend, Darius Jennings. What's good?
What up, man? What it do?
Chilling, man. Where you coming from?
Live and full effect from Baltimore, Maryland.
Baltimore, solid. Max, what's up?
What's up, world, man? Coming to you live from Charlottesville as always, man. Another blessed Sunday.
Everybody's wondering where Dom Joe's at. Dom Joe's officially released from the podcast. It was just one thing after the next. He told me specifically to my face. He said, "Hey man, I gotta start getting my time back. I gotta start getting my time back. Hey man, we have 1 hour out the week, and now he got to get his time back, man. The kid got him all. Kid got his egg all scrambled up here. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. But we're gonna jump into this, get another solid episode out. So Darius, man, holla at us. What you doing right now? What you up to? I know you're a free agent currently, but what's new? What's going on?
Yeah, man. This would have been my 6th year in the league. I spent the last 3 in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. Signed with the Chargers back in March in free agency. Was really expecting to be out there for real.
Yeah.
Camp was going smooth, going solid. Wind up straightening my hamstring like the last week. Thought I was still going to be there, but they decided to part ways when it kind of came down to cut time. And then after that, COVID affects us too. So I got rid of my apartment in Tennessee. Decided to come back to Baltimore. I've been spending time with some family. Had a few workouts, few visits with teams. It just didn't work out. It wasn't the right timing. Yeah, man, still just staying patient, staying ready. Seeing if I do get another shot. They say that the NFL stands for not for long. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's not on your time when it comes.
You've been longer than most so far.
6 years. That's a long time, bro.
Yeah, bro. Definitely grateful for it too. But yeah, we're gonna see. And then if nothing comes, then I'm gonna be in the working world just like everybody else. So
what we do.
Exactly.
So how was the COVID experience? Like, what was COVID like as far as just like, I mean, you was on the team during COVID, you was in training camp during COVID, and you was a free agent during COVID. So what was the difference between COVID season and the regular season that you've been a part of so far?
Yeah, so starting off with like OTAs and stuff in the spring, like I just signed to a new team and I got to meet everybody on Zoom. So it's kind of hard from that aspect to really know everybody. I got cool with the receivers because that's what I spent the most time with, just trying to learn a playbook, put names to faces, just become one of the guys in the room. And then went out there a little bit like late June, early July. Met up with some of the guys, through with Tyrod and Justin Herbert, who are the QBs. And then camp is like, you get there, report, and you got to quarantine for the first few days. Just straight test, make sure everybody's clean. And then it's literally a test every day. I was going to test it like 5:45 every morning. Even if like a slight symptom, they shutting you down, they shutting your close contacts down. It was new for everybody, so they really weren't trying to take no chances. We were in a hotel for meetings. I wasn't even in the building. I just go to the building to practice. Our weight room was outside, which is nice in Cali. It was outside, and then we were in meetings in the hotel ballrooms, spread out. But yeah, again, like I was there doing my thing. It doesn't rain in Southern California, man. I was loving it too. Like, just especially being from Baltimore, I was looking forward to living in Cali for a year. But again, like I was saying, things just didn't work out. And then post that, I decided to come back home just to be with family a little bit. And it was nice being around family because, I mean, over the past decade, I missed a lot of holidays, like important stuff, just being away to college, like just always been on the road. So it's nice from that aspect. But also that last decade, I've been used to being on my own. So like, I don't have property here in Baltimore. So I really was with my family, and it was love, like having a meal every now and then, but I'm itching. You feel what I'm saying? To have my own spot. So.
Yeah.
So
No, I feel you.
yeah.
Have you well, let me see. How is it like you said you was doing Zoom and you was on a new team? That's very interesting because virtual meetings and virtual networking is like it's trying to trend as a thing, but it's nothing that like really beats like in-person interactions.
For real.
So talk to us just about your experience as far as in general. Like obviously the NFL team is a team that's way more businessy than the college environment. So getting ready to know people and trying to introduce yourself to different people, whether it's offensive coordinators, wide receiver coaches, quarterbacks, things of that nature. How was that trying to do that virtually through Zoom before you actually showed up?
It's hard just because like in football, like they can respect you in the locker room, but you gain your respect on the field in person, like by like what you do on the field. So from that aspect, I'm trying to come in here, show them look like I'm about my business. I'm not some stuck up guy from around the way. Just to show them that I am personable. But just to impress the coaches, like the first impression with the coaches, just like, all right, bet. Like we were doing quizzes on Cahoots. That was just how they were trying to get us to learn the offense. So I'm making sure I'm winning all them joints. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So they're like, damn, like who this new guy over here? Like can't even say my name right. You feel what I'm saying? They they are trying to guess who I am. But again, I mean, it was good to do that. And then once I got into the building, put name to faces, really can size up guys. They can size me up, and then just do my thing on the field too. But like again, like I'm meeting a team of 90 guys. We can say 120 with the coaches and everything and the staff. And I'm like, half my notes was like, all right, bet Shane is the OC, and like just trying to remember that because it's hard when I just see a little square on a square of 100 people.
Yeah.
That
makes sense, man. That's tough for me personally. Like just in like business space and like doing networking. Like when the Zoom gets outside of people that you're like familiar with, like outside your circle. So you say you're cool with like the wide receiver group, and I can see that being a solid little environment, solid little Zoom meeting where everybody's communicating and things like that.
Yeah.
You get in a large room and people don't really talk like that. Everybody's on mute. You know what I'm saying? And you just just a picture and a name. So I think that's extremely difficult, especially when you're coming in as a new guy for sure.
I think it did help me from that aspect though. I think it helped me that I was a vet. You know what I'm saying? Rookies coming in, they don't know nobody, and it's their first time on Zoom. Like they just trying to skate through without messing something up. You feel what I'm saying? But just like me being a vet, I wasn't afraid to speak up in those type of meetings, even though like don't nobody know who I am.
Yeah. No, that makes sense, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second time I heard about these quizzes. Quinn was talking about these quizzes as well.
Cahoots, bro.
Yeah.
Like we was in grade school.
These grades
it was color coded with shapes and I said, what is going on?
The quizzes helping all for you to learn the offense, or they were just kind of like just to show that you knew what you were talking about?
It did help personally. That's something I prided myself in when I got into the league too, and probably why I lasted so long. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was undrafted trial guy, so like I wasn't the number one or the number two, but I was a guy who knew X, F, and Z. You feel what I'm saying? Like it don't matter where it was. Like I just made sure I was 100% on all the little small stuff. So when I did get my opportunity, I wasn't wasting it. So like, and then when I did on the field, I was doing my thing. So it definitely did help me because I wasn't in the chalk room, but I could still see the diagrams, and Cahoots is all online too. So I was kind of cheating it a little bit, just to get a little advantage, but it's all good.
I keep telling everybody, man, don't sleep on the UVA boys. Our mindset's a little different, man. Between
you feel me?
Scrape out some games, our academics, rigorous schedule we had to keep, man. We have to do a lot of things, man. Our mind's a little different than most of them players out there, man.
Real talk.
Did you ever think about not playing this season? And I wonder, like, if you didn't play, like, could they still like not like because there was like a certain type of payment agreement, like if you didn't play or something like that. So if you did choose to play and you don't end up making a team, did you actually make less than if you would have chose not to play?
Yeah, so I could have opted out, and because like I don't have any like health issues, I think like I would have got like $150K this year. But it really would have been $150K of my money because they just would have deducted that from my salary next year.
Wow.
But like, I felt like it was a tough thing to decide. Just because the health risk, people are dying. You feel what I'm saying? And like, we try and force this for us to get out there to play a game where we're hitting each other every day, sweating. Like you sweat on people be bleeding. Like you shed towels. It's really some nasty stuff when you think about it. Like you use like towels with the bottles, all that stuff. But yeah, like, so it was hard. But I'm just like, look, like, I'm not in a position to really hold out. Like, I'm fighting for my job each and every year, and out of sight, out of mind. And they just they would move on from you and just go into the next kid. And plus, like, I was going to make a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot more. But then I got released the day before cut day. My bonus stuff was like a day one roster bonus. Mm-hmm. So I could have took the $150K and sat out this year and had some pocket money, but I bet it on myself. Like, I'm bet on myself every time.
Right.
You know, tried to go hit the bank, and it didn't work out in my favor. And I didn't see a dime this year. You know what I'm saying? So
hindsight's 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I was just thinking about
that. Change it though.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Like, if you'd have sat out, if you'd have got an automatic check, and that's crazy. Because I would have probably I would have bet on myself for sure. Because I was in the same situation in Washington. Is the fact, like, I can't miss no practices. I can't miss no. You know what I'm saying?
That's my mindset.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then, like, even with like my hamstring thing, like I strained it the last week, right? And like the whole time in camp, like is word getting to me like, yo, bro, like, you good, don't even worry about it. Like, you're gonna be on the 53 roster, like, you good. So I'm thinking I'm solid. But then probably like a week before I strained my hamstring, I could tell they started to move a little different. They was trying other guys out. And again, like, this is not my first rodeo. So like I could kind of see how like they were trying to move on the business side. So I was like, all right, bet. Like, so then when I strained my hamstring, it was definitely like, damn, like, they about to try to do something. So I was forcing it. The trainer was trying to hold me back. I'm like, no, like, I gotta practice. I gotta get through it. And then I wind up practicing the last day before cuts. Cause like, look, like, I gotta show them I'm good for week one and I can really go. Yeah. But because of that, like, it's a business. I could have sat out and got a settlement saying, okay, if you cut me because I'm injured, you have to break me off X amount of dollars for I would have missed this many games. But like that was never my mindset. Like, yo, like, if I can go, I'm gonna go. And I really pushed it. And I'm a bet on myself 10 times out of 10. Granted, I probably could have got enough credit season on the business side, which helped me for my pension when I'm 55. You know what I'm saying? But again, hindsight's 2020, bro.
Right.
Make your decisions, you live with them. It's all good.
Exactly.
We make them work.
Exactly.
But it is an interesting thought process that you bring up, like that all right, Tom Brady sit out, he'll be back. He gonna have another roster spot.
You feel me?
You know what I'm saying?
You feel me?
Yeah. But then, you know what I'm saying, myself, I sit out, like, next year, I'm gonna be knocking on the door like, hey, y'all remember me, number 38, you know what I'm saying, number 25, you know what I'm saying, something like that. So it's gonna be interesting to see how that shakes out next year when the kids that did sit out are back on the, are back in the swing of things, and they have the opportunity to get back on the teams. If they're going back with the players they just played with this year, or are they going to bring in somebody that that was on the team and might have contributed the year before that decided to sit out? That's an interesting thing to keep an eye on for sure. Because I know for sure I wouldn't have chanced it. Not when you like 46 to 53.
You can't take that chance, Chase.
Can't do that. Can't do that. I'm gonna have to. They gonna have to have a little bit more cash invested in me. So that's interesting. But let's get into the backstory, man. So, born and raised in Baltimore.
Born and raised Baltimore, Maryland.
Yep. Baltimore, Maryland. How was high school career? You played quarterback?
Yeah, bro. I was a wildcat quarterback. I would run the ball like 25, 30 times a game, throw it 5, 10 times on a good day.
You was winning though?
Of course.
Yeah, good, solid. I think I remember that because when you're a corner at UVA and you got some wide receivers, you got to know all the wide receivers coming in, man. The wide receivers come in, the rookies are coming and get you. Darius was giving me some trouble out there right out the gate. EJ Scott would give me a little trouble right out the gate. You know what I'm saying? You had to realize who you're going to. Take about 2 or 3 days in the camp to realize who you got in front of you.
Hey, I was a little green out there though, just because I was a quarterback.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
man, I'll never forget first time really out there. Summertime, we there, we doing 7-on-7 on the turf, whatever. I go out there. Everybody talking about Chase. I'm like, all right, bet. Like, I'm backside bunch. It's like it's bunch to the left. I'm backside on the right side. It's me and Chase. He's like, hey, watch the slant, bro. Watch the slant. I'm like, I'm young. I'm like, how does mom know this? Like, I didn't know the slant was to come.
Yeah.
Jump and everything.
That's funny. But yeah, man. So what made you come to UVA? What was your thought process? How many offers you had? Who was offering you? What else did you decide in between to come to UVA? And what was kind of the final reason to come to Virginia? Yeah,
like coming out of high school, like I was like played a year here in Maryland, had like 30 offers.
30.
All American. Yeah, I know, right?
Doing your thing. Doing your thing out there.
But then my top 3 when it came down to it was Virginia, Ohio State, Wake Forest for all different positions. Like
what Ohio State wanted you to play?
Corner.
So
like they like wanted me to play corner, and then the word on the street was I wanted to play offense. So they try to come back, say, yeah, bro, like you can go both ways. You know, you'll be an athlete. But I mean, I knew they would just feed me what I wanted to hear. But I honestly didn't care at the time because I knew like I was gonna make it to the league. Football's gonna take care of itself, and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. It's just like the best fit for me. And then Wake Forest wanted me to play quarterback. And I was like, y'all tripping. Like, I am not no college quarterback. But they was like, I don't know, bro. Like, we think you can do it. Like, I told them personally I wanted to play receiver at DB.
Yeah.
They was like, and like they were trying to force a quarterback, which would have been nice to have the ball in my hands to play.
Yeah.
But I chose Virginia. One, it was 3 hours away. You feel what I'm saying? Where like my family can still come to the home games, but like they not popping up on me on a Wednesday just to see if I'm in class or not. You know what I'm saying? It was so far enough where I could grow on my own. 2, I knew it was a good school. Like football is going in regardless for everybody, whether it's after high school, college, you play a 10-year career. I knew that degree was going to hold more weight. You know what I'm saying? In my life span. 3, Coach London was a black head coach. My parents loved him. My grandma loved him. They told me I could play right away. They never said that I would be starting or I would be this or that. They said, look, bro, you can come here, compete right away.
Yeah.
And get on the field. So like as a 18-year-old kid, I'm like, all right, bet. Like that's what I'm trying to do. And then like lastly, like the biggest thing I probably came to Virginia was Coach Dex. Like he was my recruiter, and he would come to the school. He was just a genuine, just a real dude. Like we would talk football, but it'll be about life. I wasn't just a number, for him check it off. And he told me, like, look, bro, like we want you bad, but we hear no more than we hear yes. So like, these guys who like all upset, this is our job, and we've been doing it for years. And you just gotta make the best decisions for you and your career and your family. Like we want you at Virginia, but if you feel like you need to go to Virginia Tech or you need to go to Maryland or just anywhere else, do what's best for you. And I can respect that. And like to this day, like he like still somebody who I can reach out to or I can talk to.
Now, Coach Dex coming up in a lot of people's, we do this a lot. Coach Dex come up a lot, man.
Yeah,
bro.
He was my recruiter.
He was your recruiter too, Max?
Yeah, I probably had the whole, Baltimore only about 45 minutes away from me.
Yeah. So, no, that makes sense.
They thought they was slick too. Like they came on my in-home visit. Of course, they bring all the black coaches. Like Coach London came, Dex came, Coach Moore came. And then it was a Sunday.
If they can't get you with Coach Moore, Coach Dex, the two best players in the history of UVA football in my mind, you know what I'm saying? We can't win. We can't win.
Man, Coach London came in here with a spiel to my dad, said, man, this is a 400-meter race. He said, you got the baton on the third leg, Mr. Jennings. It's time to pass me the baton. Let me bring it home.
Coach Running could
My-
recruit, man. He could
My
talk.
dad out there handing the stick to him like, stick.
That's crazy.
Oh, man.
Man.
It's funny though. It's interesting to see what everybody hears in the recruiting trail, man. Because
Yeah.
when I got recruited, I ain't seen not sure. When I came to UVA, I seen some black coaches, but just me getting recruited, there was no black coaches in my recruitment. I don't care about that playing time, and I ended up tearing my ACL playing basketball before I even got to college, so it didn't matter anyway.
Damn.
But right before
You missed your freshman year?
Yeah, I redshirted because I had a torn ACL. I was out there getting diced up, man. I had the Don Joy out there with the red shirt. Not a red shirt, as a true freshman.
Yeah.
It was out there dicing me up. That Don Joy was clicking. That's when the big Don Joys too, man. Don Joy was clicking.
Yeah.
You can't play corner with a Don Joy, bro.
I didn't have a chance. So it was probably best. But I was coming in ready to play. And I remember Coach Grove called me. He was like, I'm looking at my whiteboard, and I feel like you're just gonna have to play this year. I was like, all right, that sounds good, man. But I think they just be listening. You know how you be doing the interviews for like Rivals and 24/7 Sports and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And I think they just be listening because you be saying those type of things and those little things. They read it, and then next thing you know, you get a call saying, "Man, we want you to play right away."
They know what they're doing, man.
Yeah, for sure. So, man, you show up to UVA, and talk to us, man. Was it a culture shock? Like, what was your experience at University of Virginia outside of football?
Yeah. So like I grew up in Baltimore City, but I was fortunate to go to a private school here. So just that atmosphere, I feel like it prepared me for like the schoolwork there, and just the environment. You feel what I'm saying? It's definitely still different than what I like saw on a day-to-day basis, but I feel like it definitely prepared me, and I was a little more well off than some of the other guys who I came in with. But yeah, man, like definitely it's nice to come in with your core group of friends because you got 120 friends because you're on a football team. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what we stuck to, just because like outside of that, at least for me, like I had white friends in high school, had white friends in college, but you can relate to black people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
my mother black, my like brother's black, so like that's what I grew up around. And there just aren't too many at Virginia. So like the black community was always close, and like if you were black on campus, I knew you, and if I didn't know you personally, I still knew your face or knew like somebody who was like in your clique or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
What did you go and wanted to study something, and what did you end up studying?
Yeah, so came in green, like just happy I'm in college. You know what I'm saying? I'm the first person in my family to go to college. Yeah. So like I didn't really understand that like a lot of other students came in with the idea of what they wanted to do in life. Like I didn't consider myself like just a football player, but like at the end of the day, like I played football since I was 9, and the goal was to get to the league. So it wasn't like, all right, like my backup plan is to become a dentist or something like that. Like, nah, like I want to play football. But I was still a solid student, and I got there, decided to be an econ major, and it was kicking my ass. Oh my gosh! Like, I did it for a year and a half.
Okay, that's not that bad. You made it a year and a half.
Man, I took.
Did you get academic probation warnings or anything like that?
Yes, that's like my sophomore year in season. I'm taking microeconomics with Elzinga, and it's like a 400-person lecture class. My TA, his English was a little broken. I was having trouble like understanding, picking up the concepts. I'm taking 15 credits like in football season. Got my first F ever. Had me back in study hall my second semester. Oh, yeah. I said, man, bro, I'm not gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? So I just looked at my life. I was like, the only thing I love more or love as equally as football is my community. And just like being from Baltimore, just the heart of the city. So I looked at stuff that kind of was tailored to my passions and stuff, and I chose to be a social major. I switched after I got put on probation. And then I wound up finishing in 3.5 years. Like I was there over the summer. We were there working out anyway, so I bet I'm about to crunch out 9 credits, 10 credits over the summer, and was able to finish early.
That's good, man. I know a lot of people don't put enough respect on that 3.5 year graduation at the University of Virginia. That's solid. Yeah. That econ, I think that econ might be the same. That microeconomics might be the same thing that made me realize I gotta be a little bit more strategic. I have a game plan going into these. I have a game plan going in here, man. Because I came in as first I was an engineer. Then Adrian was putting me in like, oh, you got all these good grades from high school. Let's test you in this one. Let's test you in this one. I'm like, hey man, listen, we ain't out here to just be tested. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to just make sure. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to get through this without any issues, without the dean having to hear from the dean, without having to hear from nobody. I want to hear from nobody I ain't supposed to hear from. Hey, Chase go straight through this program, and if we want to get back into academics, we're gonna master it up. Go hit the master's degree in whatever we're gonna focus on. So at least you had a reason for doing sociology. My reason was I definitely didn't want to do anthropology, and I definitely didn't want to do psychology. So sociology was the next one. So that's where we ended up at. Yeah. And, it was good. It was good. I enjoyed the people in the classes more than I enjoyed the classes personally.
Me too.
Psych was that, man. I should have done psych, man. Psych was where it's at.
Was you a psych major, Max?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do it.
I was 50-50 between like social and psych.
Yeah, that's how most of it is. I started off as social. I took like 2 sociology classes. I was like, nah, switch it up. That was my first semester. I was part a little bit too much, so I missed a couple classes I needed. And I take them over again. So I just go ahead and switch the major up.
Yeah.
So you're at UVA, man. I always ask this to everybody. We come to University of Virginia for the network of University of Virginia. That's what they tell you, like the network, the network, the network. Do you think you took advantage of the network at the University of Virginia, or could you have done better? And most people that are like us football players, like who are real football, like football, like they just sit down, they do head down on football, and then they don't really socialize outside of the football team and outside of what's going on with the football players and stuff like that. So I know I name a couple people that done it well that I've seen. I've seen Anthony Harris do it well. I've seen Max Milien do it well. Those are the 2 off the top of my head that was Black athletes at the University of Virginia that I think took advantage of the network. So how do you feel like you did as far as taking advantage of the network, taking advantage of your name, and you being one of the superstar football players on the team?
Yeah, I legit just was having this conversation like last week with a former student there from Virginia, and it was just like, like it felt like at the time like you had 2 full-time jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like with classwork and football. That when I did have downtime, I was trying to take a nap, or I was just trying to hop on the game, just relax.
Yeah,
like we just trying to chill. So I definitely didn't take advantage, of the network. I did, I feel like I would try to be personable, be nice, but nowhere near did I take as much of an advantage as I should have, and definitely left a lot on the table, and of course you can't go back, but there's always so much more that you could have done, just from like the simple fact that like I was on campus for 4 years and I never stepped foot in OAAA. You feel what I'm saying? Just because like I always had McHugh, and I felt like that's where my academic advisor was. If I needed to print something, that's that.
On that one. I don't think I ever stepped in there either.
You feel what I'm saying? Just like something small like that. Like everything we needed was at McHugh. Our days were so structured, where like we was always around our guys, for the most part. Like, and if we weren't in McHugh, we like lived together. Like we were hanging together. We was going to boiling together. Like, so I definitely branched out a little bit, but I mean, there's so much more. And if I could give advice, to the next person, like, really take advantage of what's there in front of you while you're there, because that time run up quick, and it feel like, you might have forever, or feel like it might be too much on your plate, but the way you'll benefit from it in the long run, will be light years past what I got right now. Yeah. Granted, it helps that I'm in the league right now, and I still got the shield, where like even if I didn't make as many connections, I can be like, hey, look, like I went to Virginia, my name Darius Jennings, I played in the league. Like,
right.
People love that, just off the muscle of that. But definitely make those connections because everybody don't make it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My first visit, it was like 24 of us in the class. I said, look, there's 24 of you now, incoming freshmen. 12 of y'all either want to fail out or transfer. The 12 of you guys who do make it, I think 10 of you will actually get your degree or so like something like that. And then out of that 10, 1 or 2 of you guys will have an opportunity to get to the league. You feel what I'm saying? And like that's just having a chance to get your foot in the door. It's not gonna say you won't make it. And the average career is 3 years right now anyway. So let's say you do play 3 years, you've done at 25. Like hopefully you got another 50 years left in you, at least.
Yeah. I wasn't doing that math. That wasn't what my math looked like in college, boy. I had my math in college was graduated 21, 10 years in the league, 31, you know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
Couple kids, big house, investing in a little bit of real estate, and let's just sell on into the sun, man. Thing got hit quick. And I think I really got hit quick. Like reality starts sinking in on undrafted. When the undrafted hit, because it was a whole different ball game after that. A whole different ball game.
Man, who you telling? Yeah. And then I didn't get no contract after the draft. Like I was getting calls from the teams, whatever, saying like we might take you 6-7, or then like all right, like you might be a priority free agent, and then draft hit. Phone blank for like an hour, 2 hours, and then a guy who went to my high school, who was a scout for the Browns, who knew me from high school, knew me from Virginia too. So look, bro, like I know what you can do. He's gonna give you an opportunity. Come in as a tryout guy.
Really? You was a tryout guy?
I was a tryout guy. It was Cleveland drafted probably like 13, signed like 15 more, and it was 50 tryout guys at rookie minicamp. Like he was out there deep. Like I was like number 9 out of 12 receivers on there. But like what I was saying was they had me in like the 3rd slot. But what I would do, I learned all the positions during them 3 days. So like, I was a 3rd slot, but then the X might get tired and I just go like steal a rep.
Get a rep.
And then I was balling on them. And then I was fortunate enough to turn that tryout into a 5-6 year career. But again, like it's not guaranteed for nobody.
Right. That's crazy though.
Yeah. I didn't even realize that. I didn't know that. See, I was fortunate enough, obviously, to get the call. Like as soon as the draft was over, I got about 6 calls in a row. Bing, 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 bing. Yeah. They was trying to force me to make decisions. Like, we need you to make a decision now. I'm like, hey man, listen, let me just, what's your offer? Let me write it down and I get back. So no, that's interesting. Yeah. That
was an eye-opener for me too, though. Just like coming in, the freshman, I'm like, yo, Chase the man. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we thought Chase was about to go break the bank. So when I see how the league could work and he slid and didn't go draft, like, all right, bet, like, you really got to be on your P's and Q's, bro. Because it ain't no telling regardless.
That's real. But yeah, if I was already in a bad space mentally about the 7. Y'all know I got a little anger issues, but about the 6-7 round, I was already in a bad place mentally. I was already in a bad place mentally. And then if it would have waited an hour and I ain't heard nothing, bro, I don't know what would have went down. You know what I'm saying? I already canceled my draft day party. You know what I'm saying? I had to make a couple calls, and it was not a day I want to remember again. But so you get the UVA, man. So that's good advice for anybody that's listening. But take advantage of that network. And there's a couple naps that I wish I didn't take, and I went to an event.
Yeah.
And just shook some hands, because everybody that like I had class with, they still remember having class with me and stuff like that. That wasn't like football players and things like that. They'll hit me up on Twitter, they'll retweet my stuff, and be like, remember we was in basketball class together and all those different type of things like that. And you heard that right, basketball class. And
I was there with you, Chase.
Yeah. So like your presence, you don't realize how big your presence is to the UVA like community, especially from athletes' perspective. Like they don't run into too many athletes, and we live around athletes all day. But we go in there, we go shake hands, like just stepping outside your comfort zone. I probably should hang out with Max more, but Max probably should have studied some tape a little more too. But, either way, that's a give take there.
It's a give and take. Hey, I always try to get you to come out with me, Chase, man. I try to tell people, man, it's not like you got to go, dress up in a business suit and try to find a, young alumni of, CEO Network or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? I just went out and had fun and I was myself, and you just meet people that way. People really understand. Like, people want to get to know your story. Athletes are a big thing on campus at UVA. Like Chase said, we just see it as normal because we see everybody every day. Like, you know what I'm saying? We see every sports team, but they don't see that. You know what I'm saying? They like to ask, how's it going? What's been like? What's practice like? Like, what's it like traveling every week? Stuff like that. So it's just like, you don't got to go into it like, oh, let me meet some people so I can make sure, I have a business connection in 20 years. It's like, nah, just, meet some people, be yourself, make some friends, and you never know what will come out of it. If you're genuine, they'll get that. And It's just, it was a good time. It didn't feel like work for me.
That's real. They said, I heard something recently that's like, it's not about really how much money you make, but it's more how many relationships you keep and you nurture. And, for me personally, that's something that I never really took into for granted. Like, I was okay with burning a relationship, boy. And, like in general, I just figured like Darius said, bet on myself, work, end up getting what I get. But who knows what I could have been or could have got with better relationships behind me. You know what I'm saying? Because even when I was in Washington, like, I didn't really have like the relationships with my coaches and things of that nature. I was just playing good, and I was able to stick around as long as I was able to stick around for 2 or 3 seasons, whatever. But essentially, when it's over, you know what I'm saying, there's no really coaches I can call, be like, hey, let me get a none of that, right? Like, they're probably happy to see me out of there. I was causing that type of trouble. And just go from there. But yeah, I've been trying to work on relationship capital going forward. And I think this, obviously the podcast is something we do Clubhouse. Let me plug our Clubhouse room. We got a club on Clubhouse, man. Are you on Clubhouse, Darius?
I'm not.
I'm gonna send you an invite after this, man. We're gonna get you on.
Do I need to be on Clubhouse?
I mean, it's worth it, bro. It's really relationships, information. It's just kind of like podcasts, to be honest with you. But it's like live conversations. We do a Wahoo Wednesday room with a whole bunch of UVA alumni, and we just chop it up on whatever topic we're discussing. We've done some real estate topics. This week we're doing like health and fitness, mental health, physical health, things of that nature. But like I said, relationship capital, building your relationships, get it in front of people, let them see your face. You never know, because when you're working on something or if you're trying to get in on something, you gotta be, like you said, out of sight, out of mind. If you're in sight, then you're in mind. Just kind of stay relevant with people. I'll shoot you an invite, but we'll go from there. So essentially, man, you at school. Sound like school wasn't too difficult for you. Sound like the University of Virginia, you was able to get through there, not necessarily having too much issue with the academics. What about the football side? Let's talk about the football side. You come from a winning program, star player. I was actually just looking at your stats, and obviously you started right from the beginning. But your second year, you balled out, and you had like 48 something. I was looking at the numbers, but I think it was your most catches in a year, maybe second most yards, maybe the most yards. And most touchdowns. And then your third year, fourth year, it was a little less than that. Yep. So talk to us about your experience with playing, and did you do what you expected to do? Do you feel like you could have been more? Do you feel like maybe the did you play in multiple offensive coordinators?
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator, coach switches, all those different types of things like that. Just talk about your experience on the field, coming from a winning program, used to winning, and then we go to a Chick-fil-A, and then I don't know what happened after that, but we'll let you tell us.
Yeah, like again, like as you were saying, my first year came in, I was kind of like the number 4. You know what I'm saying? It was Chris Bird, Tim Smith, and Snides. Matt Snyder was a 3, and me, I had my little package plays.
Ray Keys watches this. He might be hollering at you if you don't put him in at least 5 or 6 somewhere. Where's Ray Keys at?
No, Keaton Keys was up there. That's my dog. Yeah. Raymond Keys, what up, bro?
he just wasn't 1 through 4.
Yeah. 5 or 6.
Keaton Keys was like 5, and then like we had Dunns, we had Pick in there, like
Yeah, you're right.
EJ Gooch, like whole game. But for real, came in, had like a little package plays. I was a kick returner as well. But then Snides, he like broke his foot or something. like something happened mid-season where when we went through wide, I wanted to like being able to go into the game a little more. And then my sophomore year, well, before we get to that, we went to the Chick-fil-A Bowl, like one game away from the ACC championship, go to the Chick-fil-A Bowl, and like we coming in as freshmen, like, damn, like we about to run this tab up for the next 3 years. Like, and that was not the case at all. So then going to our sophomore year, first time starting, had a solid season. You feel what I'm saying? Really, trying to find my own foot, just being a pure receiver. At the same time, like again, I was coming from a quarterback. I wasn't running routes in high school. So I'm really just trying to mold my craft. And one thing I do appreciate, the first 2 years, Bill Lazor was the OC, and he ran a pro style offense. You know what I'm saying? So just me having that knowledge kind of helped me when I got to the league too. Just being able to play like.
Lazor used to be scheming up them routes, man. Because I was studying routes heavy, and he brought some stuff that would maybe think twice about what I'm looking at for sure. Yeah. So he had them schemes.
I knew like side adjustments, like I knew protections, all that. Which like fast forward 2-3 years later when I got to the league, it definitely gave me like a hand on some other guys. But yeah, had a solid year. And then my junior year, it was like a dip. We had change schemes. I'm like 5'11", 170, 175 at the time. They were kind of looking for bigger receivers too. Mm-hmm. That on top of me, I had a lot of injuries too in college that I did miss a game, but affected my play. You feel what I'm saying? So between that, changing schemes, wanting to go to like bigger guys, my numbers dipped and I wasn't performing well. You feel what I'm saying? Like I broke my thumb the first game of the season, playing with like a cast on my hand, and like I wasn't what I needed the team needed me to be. But again, like I'm not the type of guy that like not go out there. Like I'm gonna still be out there regardless. But I can admit that like I played okay, I played decent, but I could have played a lot better. You know what I'm saying? And I honestly felt like they was trying to bury me going into my senior year. And I just felt like maybe I created this for myself, but I just felt like they didn't want to see me succeed, bro. Like they were trying to bury me in the depth chart.
The old Dom Joe mantra right there.
Bro, hey, real talk. Hey, they didn't want to see me succeed. So like I really went out there with a vendetta against everybody. Like, man, like F y'all. Like I'm gonna come here, do what I gotta do, and show y'all that y'all made a mistake. And we kind of switched to like a more run happy type of offense. But my senior year was still better.
So Bill's left by now, like Lazor's left, right?
Yeah, so that's a whole nother crazy story. Like after my sophomore year, we coming into McHugh for winter workouts. People heard over the radio that he's going to the Eagles. Mm-hmm. We just like, what? We was like, what? So yeah, so like some guys went up there, talked to Coach London. He's like, yeah, I know. Like, we're gonna get it fixed. Like, don't worry. So we Steve Fairchild came in after that, and he was the OC the last 2 years. And again, like my senior year, I definitely picked it up. I was back healthy. I mean, I wasn't fully healthy, but my hand was fixed at least. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I put up solid numbers, did my thing in the kick return game. And really that's what like put me on. Like guys watching the film, like we played like Florida State that year, UCLA, like all the bigger names, I guess. Like I had like solid games. Like I was booming 50, 60-yard kicks. I was scoring touchdowns. Mm-hmm. So that really just got my name more of a buzz out there. And then when I got my opportunity, man, I said, look, ain't no turning back. Like, you're not going to deny me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So how was you, like, what was you doing to try to, like, hone your craft as a wide receiver? Like, did Bird help you, or did, like what was your thought process with, like, trying to figure out, like, all right, this is how I'll be a good wide receiver? Was you, like, looking at some NFL guys? Like, what's that process of trying to change positions He knew he was going to be playing wide receiver anyway, but like
Yeah.
trying to get to be a Division I and then an NFL wide receiver. What's that process?
Yeah,
like?
so the vet who was assigned to me when I first got to Virginia was Matt Snyder.
Okay.
I don't know how they got connected, but
it's 2 speed guys.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, like he really helped me with the playbook. You know what I'm saying? Like that was first and foremost. Like you can't play if you don't know what you're doing once you get out there. And Laser was a stickler on that too. Like he was on our heads with that. But he helped me with the playbook, and Bird just helped me with like little crafty stuff. Like Bird wasn't the fastest, wasn't the biggest, but like he was tough and always got open. You know what I'm saying? Like so, like he was teaching me how like to like create separation. And Tim was actually the speed guy. Tim's like, bro, just like run fast. Like you gotta respect your speed. But yeah, that and then like guys who I would watch at the time. I watched AB film in college, AB, Edelman, and then I always just like Anquan's Boydin game. Like we weren't similar, but again, he was a guy who just like always got open. And I was like, yo, how's like this like guy who I feel like he like 230 running a 4.7, but
4.7, yeah, 4.8, 4.7.
You feel what I'm saying? But it's always open.
He was strong as heck though.
No, he was. He was. And that wasn't in my game.
I'm surprised they never put you at slot.
Yeah, like so especially in laser offense at least, we were using a fullback a lot too. Like that year, I think
down at the bottom, Max Milien.
You feel me?
Yeah,
like Max run down the field.
That's my guy.
But yeah, like Perry had like 900 yard rushing. Like KP had like 7. Cliff had like 400. Like so, like we was doing like a lot of 2 receiver sets, and I was in the slot a little bit, but in laser offense there was a lot of 21, 12, 11, probably on third down a little bit. But yeah.
Did you play slide? Are you playing slide in the league at all?
Yeah, I did.
I just felt like that would be like get you off the line a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And
I love the slide too, just because it's like there's more space in there. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And me, like, yeah, I can't work the outside, but it's like I'd rather have the middle where I can work them. You got me lining with the numbers where I got from here to the sideline to really try to get open for real. And I got to hold the red line to save that space with the QB. Like,
that makes sense. All right, so we talked about the draft, man. Did you watch? Hold on, before we talked a little bit about the draft. Let's dive into it a little bit. All right, so you already had the vendetta, did your thing 4th year, like I think you averaged like 19 yards a catch, something like that. Kick return. Were you still returning kicks?
Yeah, I was like 8th in the country.
Yeah, 8th in the country kicks. University of Virginia leading. He had the record at when he left University of Virginia for kickoff return. And was you expected to get drafted? Like, did you expect in your head to get drafted? Did your agent say anything? Any of that stuff? Like, what was your process like?
I was coming into a thing like, all right, like probably be a priority free agent, but like it could be a chance where like I could get something late if a team like reached up, took a chance. But definitely thought I was at least getting a call. You feel me? Like I didn't have a draft party, like because I finished in 3.5. I had the whole semester to train, and it sucks because I had a grade 3 AC sprain the last game of the season. So it was like, look, like you can get surgery and chance it, or don't get surgery and then just rehab for 6 weeks and do pro day. I said, hell no, I ain't getting surgery.
Yeah.
So I just did that. Didn't bench. I just ran and did all the drills, whatever. But draft day, I got a hotel room in Charlottesville by myself. Had my notebook. Had all my teams, the receivers they had on there.
Okay.
Who they liked, if they needed a returner. People I talked to.
You wasn't even in Baltimore.
No, I was like, man, I don't want to be around nobody. Like,
yeah,
I don't need nobody trying to hype me up or trying to bring me down. Like, this is my job now. Like, I'm trying to be focused. So I did that. I was in there, had my notebook, team draft somebody, scratch that off.
Yeah.
Oh, like I'm going through the whole thing. Then I thought I was gonna go to the Lions. Guy reached out to my agent, said it was a possibility. And the 7th, then 7th came around. They said maybe you're a free agent. Then it's like, yeah, our GM has his eye on the guy. Our need went from 3 to 1, so good luck, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then I ain't hear from nobody. Like I was saying, for like an hour, 2 hours, just in the room cooling.
Chilling.
Then the guy called me up, said, yeah, bro, like come to Cleveland. And then I had another tryout for the Giants. I took a visit with the Giants like pre-draft. They called me up, and the Raiders, I think, called me up. And I was like, look, like I know the guy with the Browns, 5'7" tryout receiver, made the team the year before. So I said, look, like if I can ball, they at least gonna give me an opportunity. So I went there and made the most of it.
I mean, it's pretty impressive how prepared you was and knowing everybody's situation. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nobody's situation. I
had to do my research.
Put me out there. Let me see who they are. Line them up. But so you go to the Browns, man. First of all, mad respect for the rookie minicamp invite boy.
Yeah.
Because not too many people can do that. I didn't even like when I went to Washington. Like I told him I wasn't going to play in the rookie minicamp because I remember I got that. I was actually hurt. I didn't play Chick-fil-A Bowl, so I had my knee issues. I told him, like, listen, I'm not playing in this rookie minicamp because that was going to be a quick way to get cut quick. You know what I'm saying? Playing in that rookie minicamp after I ain't played in a minute. So I was like, I ain't going to play, but I watched it. And I was watching, and I was like, man, first of all, there's a lot of undrafted free agent guys, and then a lot of rookies, people that's just trying to make the team. Are you talking about gassing? Those wide receivers out there gassing, boy, trying to get this money. And it was about two times. Was y'all doing 2 days up there?
No, we weren't.
Y'all been doing 2 days. So it was like it's 3 days, rookie minicamp, 3 days to make a team. That's it. 3 days make a team, 3 practices, film session, all the different type of thing like that. But this is his shot. So you got to put some respect on a guy to come out of there on top right there. So talk to us, man. Talk to us about that experience and where your head was at going into the rookie minicamp, knowing like, all right, this is my chance to make my dreams a reality.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not here to make no friends. Like, I don't need to know your name. Like, I don't need to know where you're from. Like, just line it up. You feel what I'm saying? So I just went in there. I was told, like, my family and the girls I was talking to at the time said, look, I can't talk to you. Like, I'm in the building. We was probably in the building longest ever, trying to learn the playbook and then go out there and practice the same day. Yeah. I went in there from like 7 to 7 at the time for minicamp. I'm getting back. I get back, get some food, start studying at 8:30, 9. I'm like, look, I can't be on the phone, bro. Like, I got to study for 2 hours, go to sleep, and do this over again. Mm-hmm. And like, that was just the mindset. Like, you got to. So I was just like, look, come over here, be a dog, make a play a day at least. Show these coaches that I'm that guy.
Did you have an idea you was gonna make did you have an idea you was the top person in the camp for the wide receiver position? Or was it like a situation where you was like playing behind the guy and you had to beat this guy out? How was it?
Yeah, so they had drafted a guy in the 4th. Mm-hmm. They drafted a guy in the 4th, and then it was 11 of us trying out. And like, again, like I was saying, I was number 9 out of 12. And they already had that, like, the guys who they wanted to make it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, guys who might have had, like, that name or the stats, whatever. Like, they were showing them extra treatment.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, bet. Like he not nothing. Like, just got to show them, all right, boom, what I could do. Like, I still saved those, like, 101 clips today.
No, that's what I'm saying. You remember
go check my IG.
Yeah, the ones where you was out there cooking. He's like, man, this is where I start getting the attention right here.
Real talk, and I still look kind of green out there. I wasn't like a polished receiver, nothing, but I was doing enough. You feel what I'm saying? And I just had that mindset. You feel what I'm saying? And they kind of split the lines up. It was the guys who were just like so, and the guys who they wanted to see. and I was dominating the social guys. So then day 2, I was like, all right, bet you got to come over here. And then I was taking them up top.
Up top.
I was like, all right, bet. Like, if they don't keep me after all of this, I know it's straight politicking.
Yeah.
But again, like I was saying, I was fortunate enough to do it.
Did they have any corners? Did they have any corners that they had drafted? And
yep, they had drafted a kid out of Louisville, and a corner out of Oregon, and they had a safety, and they drafted a safety out of I can't remember where I see one.
That's what usually happens is you get to go against that draft pick, that corner draft pick, and you make him look bad, and they're like, all right, bet. You know
exactly.
So,
but then like that's just to make it on a 90-man roster.
Yeah.
So then you get that, and
still ain't made $1.
Yeah, and it's still like the whole thought process over it again.
Yeah, still ain't made $1. So you know what I'm saying, like
Nathan.
You know, so they just out there free labor, man. And what you got something to say, Max? What you got?
Nah, that's just crazy.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
I
mean, I've heard it a couple of times, but all this new to me, man. It's definitely a way, and it's a good route for a lot of people. But man, some of these stories I hear, it's crazy. They treat people like that still. Like this is something it sounds like a third world country working people.
I can't believe they get away with not paying people to actually go practice. That don't make no sense to me.
And then my first preseason game, I get a fine letter for like $7,500. I'm like,
you got a fine for you?
I'm like, bro, I don't even got no money. Like, I don't have anything in my account.
What you fine for?
My pants were too high. So like we had a seamstress in there, and I guess like she sewed my pants a little too high and they weren't covering my knees. So we go out there, whatever. The spotter, like, hey, like, you got a warning. Your pants are too high. I said, bro, like, these only pair of pants I got. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm in a huddle, like, tugging, like, sagging out on the field, trying to get my knees covered.
$7,500? Ooh.
You got to pass that over to the seamstress.
Yeah. Man, they wound up scratching it.
They got to scratch it. You ain't even making money.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
they wound up scratching it.
I think I actually said that when I was with the Skins, because I was like, listen, they need to make these fines like percentage. Like, all right, this is a 15% fine of what I make. You know what I'm saying? This is a 10% fine of what I make. Like, let's not act like my fine and Robert Griffin III fine is supposed to be the same amount. You know what I'm
saying? It don't hit him the same, bro.
Yeah, that's different fines right there. Different fines, man. So, all right, then, man. So you made the team. You talk about the training camp. You made the team for the Cleveland Browns.
I made the P squad.
P squad, solid.
I was a P squad first 12 weeks. Got activated the last 5. Played well. Was doing my thing. Thought I was really set up heading into my second year to make the squad. Mm-hmm. And then they fired the whole coaching staff. Drafted 4 receivers, and then like I was on the back burner like before started.
So you was on. Did you get cut by Cleveland? Is that what the situation was?
So my rookie year, I finished on active roster. My second year, 2016, they put me back on P squad. Okay. They put me back on P squad, and then they released me like week 7. Then I went to the Bears P squad. I was in the Bears P squad for like 5 weeks. They cut me. Mm-hmm. Then I went right to the Jets P squad. I was there for the rest of the season, like that last month. Signed back with them to go to 2017 season, and then they cut me the day before the draft. Mm-hmm. So now I was on my couch for like a month. Just as like teams were drafting guys like that, like they always want to play with their new toys first, like see what the rooks can do. And then
toys.
real talk. And then I had a workout with Tennessee. Workout with the Steelers before that. They signed everybody but me. Kanan Severin, who was a year behind me, was with the Steelers. They had cut him like 2 weeks before. Then I guess somebody got hurt, and they brought me and him together in for the workout. Mm-hmm. And it was like me, him, a quarterback, a fullback, tight end. And because Kanan knew the offense, they signed him and everybody else, and they gave me my plane ticket.
Hey, man, I know you might not have heard this story, but I got to tell it every time it comes up, man. Washington brought in Draquan Hosky, man, when I was still out there. I said, man, Draquan, I ain't got no issue with Draquan Hosky, man. If you seeing this, man, you still my guy, bro. But you know that you shouldn't have got that call.
Big play dream, man.
You shouldn't have got that call, man. That's when I started working on my business plan. I said, all right, I see what they're doing now. They don't even want to bring nobody in there to compete. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man, I had to work out with Tennessee, and then 2017 season, started on P squad the first 4 games, activated after that, and then I was activated, but I was inactive every game.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was getting a nice check, but I wasn't playing.
I've been on that space. Been in that space right there.
Yeah,
Been on that. That's not a bad life right there. You get good hotel food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, trip every week. Per diem.
Yeah, per diem. Yeah, it's not a bad life.
But then 2018 was probably my best year in the league. I made the roster with the Titans. By the end of the season, I was at number 3.
That's when you returned the kick to the crib.
Returned the kick to the crib, led the league in return average.
Yeah.
And then 19, I was with Tennessee. They released me out the blue. I really caught me out the blue, like week 9, maybe, of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then brought me back week 17 for the playoff push. And then I was there for the playoffs. Got some free money with the checks. And then I signed with the Chargers this past offseason when I became a free agent. And then they cut me.
Right. So you kind of like in a situation where like you know you can play, and it's just like finding those people that really believe in you and not gonna give up on you type situation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
have you thought about a next chapter, or you still 100% all in? You about to get back out there?
Yeah. So like I have been. Mm-hmm. I just don't know exactly what's next. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
right.
I've always considered myself more than an athlete. Like the past 3 years, I've done externships each offseason.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I did one with Events DC, where they like hold the convention center down there, and they had their hands on like concerts, sporting events, like all that stuff. I did one with Under Armour right here in Baltimore, worked with men's apparel, and then last offseason I went back to Virginia. I was with the athletic department under Miss Carla. Really just like I don't know what I want to do, but I'm making these connections. I'm shaking hands, making these networks, like showing on my face, like, look, bro, like I know the people who are upstairs now weren't there when I was there, but I'm still invested in Virginia. I'm so excited. Just trying to grow my circle for real. But yeah, man, like I am all in, but I'm not dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I told myself, if I don't hear anything by September, then it might be time to look at something else. You feel what I'm saying? I'm still working out. I'm still training. Like, I still think I'm a dog on the field. But that stuff is out of my control. And you're going to control the controllable. So once the team come to that sentence and sign me and pay me, then we're going to be cooking. But if that doesn't happen, then yeah, man, I'm trying to become the next Chase, the next Max.
But you're in a tough space, man. You're in a tough space. Like, you're proven to be able to do this at a high level and to be paid for what you do. How old are you right now?
28.
28, not hitting the 30 mark yet. You know what I'm saying? So nothing else is gonna pay you as much as it is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like your first couple years in business, like year 3, year 4, you might be making as much as you can make in the league. But 1 and 2, it's gonna be you're gonna be like, man, I got what a workout at. What a workout at, bro. So you're in a tough space, man, for sure. You know, and I feel like we always talk about this, but like the externship's a good program and things of that nature. But like put it like the kids in the adults in the space of like figuring out like trying to train, need to train. I can't miss this opportunity. It's a big check type opportunity. And I've done this before. I'm not hurt. Haven't been hurt. You know what I'm saying? Like that type situation. Don't have no major injuries on me. you know, I would be dumb not to be prepared when an opportunity comes. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, that opportunity holds you back from really progressing into the next space. You know what I'm saying? So you're at the position of straddling, and you gotta like straddle like on the side of football, but at the same time trying to figure out like, all right, when do I make that decision? Like the decision was made for me by an injury, like a torn Achilles.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that took me all the way out was a torn Achilles, bro. I was like, all right, it's over. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time I said it was over because I went to Canada and everything. Just like, man, I know I can. I mean, come on, man. Like, quit playing with me. And you know, it took that situation. Like, it's hard, and I know how you probably a lot alike as far as in our mindset and mental of being like, you know, line me up in front of the best corner in the league, in front of the best wide receiver in the league, and I'm holding my own regardless. So you can't tell me that there's 7 wide receivers, 6 wide receivers, 5 wide receivers on 32 teams, 32 kick returners, and I can't win one of those spots.
And I'm housing kicks, and I'm a gunner, and I'm a L3 on kick. Like I'm running, I'm doing everything. But again, out of my control.
Out of your control.
Excuse me for getting a little hype right there, but
no, you got to tell it like it is. But it's out of your control.
It'd be that dumb shit, man.
Yeah, it's out of your control, man. And plus you get into that the water gets real muggy when it gets to that pension years. When you start getting close to that pension.
Real talk. I'm grateful that I got pension already.
Oh, you already got it? You already hit it? Oh,
I got it. So.
I done seen some muddy waters in that around them pension.
Real talk.
Yeah. So it's an interesting business. Somebody's back there getting paid to watch people's years.
Real.
That's crazy.
Some money.
So yeah, man, that's interesting. So you've done externships. I was going to talk about that. Max jumped in there and took that question. I guess, do you feel like you would be an entrepreneurship type situation? Do you feel like I feel like you could do that? Or is it something where you're looking for like a coaching job? Or is it something like where's your mind like been wandering? I know that you said you're undecided, but I know you've had some thoughts. Maybe I could do this. Maybe I could do that. Like, where's your mind been at?
I always told myself, like, if I do coach, it'll probably be high school, just because like I done been unstable in the league, having to bounce from city to city already. Like I'm not trying to do that when I'm done playing. And the coaching world get fired in the drop of a hat too. So I always say like it'll probably just be high school, so it could be more stable. But after seeing some of these salaries that these coaches are making,
they ain't making nothing. That's volunteer work.
I'm like, I don't know, bro. Like
you gotta play. You gotta be a Division I coach to make some money.
I might have to be one.
He's high school coach. I see someone make like $500 for the season, bro.
Yeah, I think my dad, he used to coach high school back when I was playing. He said they gave him a check. He gave it right back to him. Said, man, that's disrespect. I don't want nobody out here knowing that I'm taking this type of money. I don't want nobody to know I'm taking this type of money. So y'all keep it. You know what I'm saying? So,
but yeah, man, like I told myself this year, I'm gonna make 6 figures off the field regardless. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the goal for myself. So between my investments, I take 2 days out the week now to just do research, read up on stuff that I could do out the field. Like I work out 4 days a week. I take 2 days where I'm really like grinding, where I'm like I'm trying to learn stuff out the field, and then a day just to whatever. But yeah, man, like my investments, I'm trying to flip a house this year. I'm trying to get a rental property. Again, like if I don't get picked up by September, I'm gonna purchase a property for myself. You know, I kind of been in apartments since I got to home base. Yeah. But also, yeah, just small stuff that I could invest in or become a hard money lender. You feel what I'm saying? Just trying to find ways to diversify my money and get this income rolling.
Just you trying to throw that?
Let me tell you right now. You said 3 things I can help you with, man. You gotta give me a call. You know, I do it all, man. I deal with hard. He trying to
throw that hard interest rate out there. Give me that 30% interest rate.
I tried to say something, man. He said, nah.
I need a bag, bro.
Hey, Max's interest rate is too low for mine, bro. Too low.
10%. That's the going rate, man. Highest you gonna get is 12 out here. But it's 10% for doing nothing, you know?
Listen.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you just gotta let me know, man. You know what I'm saying? I can get you a house and flip. I can hook it up for you. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to do some hard money stuff, I can get you in like, some small deals, like $50K for a year, something like that, and get your feet wet, see if you like it, stuff like that. They'll let me know. It's not like I said, you ain't gonna become rich hard money lending unless you're doing like, 5, 10, $2 million deals. But if you really want to get your feet wet, see if it's even something for you. You know what I'm saying? Just let me know. So
say no more.
But no, that's dope, man. Flip a house. I always said if I was in the league back when I was 21, 22, first thing I'll be doing is investing in real estate right out the gate. And then on top of that, I'll be doing it every year. I would have like 2 properties by every year I was playing in the league. So then once I got cut, it'd be over.
I didn't know, and like I was naive to that, and like I didn't have anyone who had done it before me. You feel what I'm saying? And also like I was too scared. Like I'm like, man, like this is short-term money. Like I gotta hoard as much as I can right now. Like I wasn't even investing money until like a year or 2 ago, just because I was like, look, I'd rather know that it's safe and I'm stacking it up in my bank account than really trying to put it into the market and do stuff for me.
Yeah, but, that's kind of the mindset we all be in, to be honest with you. And it's different for us when we're at the bottom of the roster, where you can be P squad up and down 3-4 times in a year. You know what I'm saying? So your checks is way different.
I ain't got no guarantees.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I understand. I was in the same boat, man. But if I was back in my day, I would have been putting that money into some real estate stuff that I had some rental income coming in. Definitely. Once I was done. And they wouldn't have been talking to me all crazy, talking about we gonna cut you. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you can cut me if you want to. I'm gonna be straight. You know what I'm saying? So that's solid, man. But man, sure, I don't know if I missed anything. That's pretty dope though that you're trying to flip a house. I say that so what's the plan, man? What's the plan to make $100K in a year outside of football?
I don't know, bro, but you got to set your goals high. You feel what I'm saying? I
tell you what, Max's interest rate ain't gonna get it. Max's interest rate ain't gonna get it.
Nobody no more than 10%, especially because you know what I'm saying. You can jack the interest rates up when you put some real money down, but that's like a risky investment. You don't want to do all that.
Flip a house. You can probably flip a house and get close to that 100K mark.
Flip a house. You just got to be careful, man. So, and I've told people, like, I've had a lot of people come up with me with some deals this year that I've just turned down because honestly, I'm trying to hold out, man. Give it a little bit once the pandemic comes over, and then I think like Baltimore, like most of Maryland, you can't evict nobody. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So because I work with an investor where we did we were scheduled to flip 480 apartment units in Dundalk, Maryland. I don't know if you heard of that. So and then we were in the works like deep in like 3 years into it, and then as soon as the coronavirus hit, even if they could pay, once the government said you have to pay, every single last one of them stopped. That's it. So that one's, they can float that, but there's going to be some stuff that comes on the market, man. If you really want to get some rentals and stuff, like once they allow evictions and stuff back up, it's sad to say, but there's going to be some people who are going to have to dump their stuff on the market. You can probably get some good rental units too. And then also you can get, not that there won't be a good deal. You might be able to find a good deal, but right now, man, stock is limited, housing prices are up, and everyone's fighting to get something. So you got to be careful because you make your money when you buy the house, not when you sell it, man. It's what you can buy it for. As much as you can take off in the beginning and negotiate down, and when you buy it is when you make your money. It's not when you sell it, ever.
Free game right there.
Free game, Max. That's what we do on Clubhouse too. Even though he's not our top real estate mind on Clubhouse, he's second. So
who's number one? Don't do that to me.
Everybody says Nicole is the number one, but I'm just saying, bro.
Come on, man. That's no disrespect to Nicole. Nicole did the game. But we different level investors, bro. We different level, you know what I'm saying? She getting properties and you know what I'm saying? You heard her. You heard the property she wants and what she put on.
You're a serial real estate investor. You're serial right there.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do buildings out here, but it's hey, she's doing it right though, you know what I'm saying? She's doing exactly how she wants to do it. And there's a niche market for her, just like there's one for me. So I said we tied, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying I'm number 2 ever in anything.
1A, 1B.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Darius, man, we appreciate you jumping on here, man. Heck of a story. I don't know if there's anything else you want to touch on. Did we miss anything?
Nah, man, just appreciate y'all, man. Really inviting me on the show, man. Just really doing this to broadcast and like keep people in the loop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Expanding our networks as well.
100, man. 100. Let everybody know where they can find you at, reach you at, keep up with you, like what's your Instagram, all that stuff like that.
Yeah, man. At Darius Jennings _ on Instagram and Twitter. I'm easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, that's another episode of the Hooswhere podcast. Another UVA legend in the building, Darius Jennings. We appreciate you, man. We'll holler at y'all guys next week. We out.